Hello there. I'm going to say welcome to this video. Maybe you arrived by reading something on my Reddit page about this phone. This is a HTC One M8 phone from about 2014. Originally could only be upgraded to Android 6, and this one I wanted to see if I could get it in working shape again. So I've installed Lineage 14 on this phone. It's operating in Android 7.1 and it's de-Googled. So all of those things might make you think that like it's not capable, but I will demonstrate kind of what it can and can't do. So I'm just going to say, after installing the Lineage package, one thing you need to be aware of that's a little bit different than other things is it has a browser called GApps, and the GApps browser will allow you to do all your Google things that you might want to do. There's a menu of things that you can choose, and in that menu you enable sites. Now for me, I just have news and YouTube enabled. Both of those work pretty well inside this browser, even though I don't have Play services enabled on this phone. And as you can see, it's pretty much all of the Google choices that you have. I'm a de-Googled person, so I don't really use their services very much at all, except for the only thing that I do use is YouTube. So that's kind of an interesting thing that's specific to this. You can see I have it set for YouTube because that is the only thing I use. That's the only Google app that I really use. And you can see I have the history turned off in Google, so it never shows me anything, but I can choose my subscriptions. And if I decide to, to play something from the phone, it kind of would look like this. So you can see pretty quickly it comes up. It's pretty serviceable. I don't get any blocks. It's pretty full featured in every way. So works pretty well. So that's a good feature to know about, because it'll give you access if you do not decide to install the Google packages that could be installed. You can still use it quite well for a lot of things. So I'm going to go through some apps and sort of give you a taste of what kind of does work and how fast they work. So for example, if I wanted to use VLC, it's going to load up like that, and then I could pick to play something, a movie.
I think I actually pissed my pants.
It's going to play without any performance suffering. Now, if I wanted to, within this, I could go in the menu of the settings, and I could choose to cast it. You would have to go to display and to the bottom, and you choose the wireless display that I have over at the side here and choose cast. And then from there, I could go to the movie and put the movie up on the screen, like so. So it's still a pretty capable phone. And to turn it off, I got to go back to the display. And then disconnect. So you can see performance is kind of okay for something like that. You could use this kind of as a media server. One thing it will not cast is Netflix. I have not been able to successfully get Netflix to work on this phone, neither by the app nor by the best browser for this phone, which is probably Firefox. So to show you some other examples, If I wanted to use Reddit on this phone, I am going to Reddit through the Firefox browser because the individual app does not work so well. And it's a little bit slow, as you can see, when it loads out. But when you get there, once you're there, it's pretty full-featured. Other apps that you could use, it will run Discord okay. Again, going through Firefox. And you can see it's a little slow to load. Once you're in, it's fine, but it's a little bit slow, much slower than an app on the front end. And you're remembering that it's 2 gigs of RAM on this phone, so it's a little bit limited in that way. And I'm not going to put in my phone number, but I could put in my saved passwords and I would be in. And then once you're inside, it really works very normal. And you can do pretty much anything with this phone. Some of the built-in apps that work the best are the music player. And this phone was known for being really good at playing music. Had good sound from the speakers. Easily connects to Bluetooth for your headphones. The camera works just fine. Some apps are a little more generous in working with the older hardware. So Messenger is one of those. That's just straight from the app, which works fine. Overall, I would say if you were a fan of this phone back in the day and you're kind of jonesing to try to use it again, it certainly is sort of as maybe a weekend phone where you're not at work, you're doing kind of light duty. It really does everything well. It really texts well. It really is fine for voice calls, and it can get 4G LTE data. When I first picked up this phone, it was kind of in pretty bad shape. It was carrier locked, and the bootloader was locked, and it was like often going into a boot loop with that was kind of unexplained with the Android 6 on it. So at first I put Android 11 on it, and that worked okay. Performance-wise, it was okay, but I absolutely could not get it to do, it did voice and text, but I could not get it to do 4G LTE data. And I tried, manipulating the APN settings and a whole variety of things, but I just couldn't get it to work. So I downstepped it to do Lineage 14, which is Android 7.1, which is closer to where it was originally. And I may actually decide to maybe try Android 8 or Android 9. Android 9 was one of my favorite versions of Android. But that gives you a flavor for kind of how this works. If you have some question that maybe I can answer, you can put it down below in the comments of the YouTube video. And I would say that, or on my Reddit page, and I would say that if you're asking about Twitter or X, or you're asking about maybe Instagram or something like that, I'm a very old person, so I don't use those particular things, so I can't evaluate that. But there's many other apps, Discord, if you really want to know about that, or other social media apps, I might be able to test something out for you. Okay, thanks for watching.